Well, up above my head, I hear music in the air. Well, up above my head, I hear music in the air. Well, up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Well, up above my head, I hear laughter in the air. Up above my head, I hear laughter in the air. Well, up above my head, I hear laughter in the air. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Well, up above my head, I hear dancing in the air. Up above my head, I hear dancing in the air. Up above my head, I hear dancing in the air. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. How about some clapping? Up above my head, I hear clapping in the air. Up above my head, I hear clapping in the air. Up above my head, I hear clapping in the air. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Last time, here we go. Well, up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. And I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. And I do believe, well, there's a heaven somewhere.
In the beginning, the whole world was in darkness. There was no sun, so the animals were cold, and they kept bumping into each other as they couldn't see in the dark.
لذلك الحيوانات كانت تشعر بالبرد، وكانوا دائما يتصادمون ببعضهم لأنهم لا يستطيعوا الرؤية في الظلام.
So the animals decided to call a great meeting to decide what to do. The fox described something bright and warm on the other side of the world, which was called the sun. The animals decided someone had to go and steal a bit of the sun.
Então, os animais decidiram convocar uma grande reunião para decidir o que fazer. A raposa descreveu algo brilhante e quente do outro lado do mundo, que era chamado de sol. Os animais decidiram que alguém tinha que ir lá e roubar um pouco do sol.
The eagle said, "I'm the biggest, strongest, wisest, most clever bird. I'll go and steal the sun for us all." So he flew as fast as he could to the other side of the world. He took a bit of the sun and placed it on his head, but the fire of the sun burnt all his feathers off, which is why eagles are bald to this day. So the eagle was returned shamed with nothing, and the animals were still cold.
Kọ́lí ẹ̀wọ̀n ntí anuma benu dan neumie nsingulele miye nkufa wiankan mfamble yo otikende wa tendemu oturi o membu ekun lo ofa wiankan ofa sietisu wia orendre meumwa isotiema kọ́lí otintikpa wa kọ́lí ọ̀fẹ́ yinu yanzue ọ̀fà sẹ́sìn nenga bewu lẹ́mu arẹ́gua bewu.
Then the geese said, "We'll go. We will follow our leader, and together we can steal some of the sun for us all." So the geese flew off, following their leader who they trusted. But their leader got lost, and the geese were lost with him. So they returned with nothing, and the animals were still cold. And that's why today geese share the leadership and take responsibility together.
Тоді гуси сказали: «Ми підемо, ми полетимо за своїм лідером, і разом ми зможемо викрасти частинку сонця для нас усіх». Тож гуси полетіли слідом за своїм лідером, якому вони довіряли. Але їхній лідер загубився, і гуси загубилися разом із ним. Тож вони повернулися з нічим, і тваринам все ще було холодно. І тому сьогодні гуси дбають про те, щоб розділяти відповідальність між собою.
Then Grandmother Spider said, "Let me try." But she was so small that animals didn't notice her. She said, "I'm Grandma Spider. Let me go." Then the animals laughed at her. You're too old. You're too small. You're too weak. you'll never be able to do it. But no one else had managed to steal some of the sun, so they let her go.
Yaare lam yaaba sulg yɛɛl yã basi tɩ m kẽnge la a sẽn da paood yĩnga rũmsa taaba ra ka nanda ye a ra yetame basi tɩ m kẽnge tɩ mam yaa yaaba la rũmsa fãa ra laada lame n yetẽ fo yaa kɩdga fo ka tar pãng ye f pa na a tõog a bada ye la ned baa ye sẽn da ka tõog n zuk mun-toogã bilfr yĩnga o basa lame t'a kẽnge.
Grandmother Spider sat on 2 of her legs, and with the other 6, she took some damp earth and made the first pot in the world. She made a lid and placed the pot on her back.
Babička pavoučice si stoupla na 2 nohy a dalšími 6 vzala vlhkou zeminu a vyrobila první hrnec na světě. Udělala víko a položila hrnec vzhůru nohama.
Grandmother Spider then began to weave a thread behind her, the first weaving in the world. Then she asked each of the animals and birds to hold on to one piece of the thread to keep it safe from being broken.
Kisha bibie Buibui akaanza kusuka uzi nyuma yake. Huu ulikuwa ususi wa kwanza ulimwenguni. Baadaye aliwauliza kila mnyama na ndege kushikilia kipande cha huo uzi ili kuufanya salama kutokana na kukatika.
Now hold your yellow cloth across your screen and watch it reach from one corner of the world to the other as Grandmother Spider makes her journey to the sun.
Grandmother Spider then traveled slowly across to the other side of the world, leaving her thread behind her. She was so small, no one noticed when she took a small piece of the sun. She hid the bit of sun in her pot on her back.
Grandes araignées te prend route là tout doucement. Elle arrive dans l'autre bois maintenant. Petit garçon derrière. Araignées tellement petit, personne pas trop elle. S'il te prend un petit morceau soleil. Et puis, li caché dans calebasse qui te sous l'eau là.
Then she followed her thread back to all the waiting animals who were still in the dark. The animals gathered around her.
Toen volgde ze haar draad terug naar alle wachtende dieren, die nog steeds in het donker zaten. De dieren verzamelden zich om haar heen.
Then Grandmother Spider took the pot from her back and opened it. The sun shone out in all its bright glory. For the first time ever, the animals could see each other. For the first time ever, the animals were warm.
Llavors, l'àvia Arana va prendre l'atuell de la seva esquena i la va obrir. El sol brillava amb tota la seva esplendor. Per primera vegada els animals van poder veure-se els uns als altres. Per primera vegada els animals tenien calor.
The sun shone down on the world. The animals were full of joy at the beauty they could see for the first time. They were full of joy to be warm.
Słońce oświetliło świat. Zwierzęta były zachwycone pięknem, które zobaczyły po raz pierwszy. Były pełne radości, że jest im ciepło.
All the animals and birds thanked Grandmother Spider. They honored her. Now let the whole world cheer for Grandmother Spider. And the world is a better place because of Grandmother Spider.
You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands while you go out with joy. You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands while you go out with joy. You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will